keep forgetting what day of the week it is.
It's Wednesday.
I know. Yesterday I was like happy, and the meeting laughed at me because I was like, Tuesday? And they were like, yes, Beth, Tuesday. I was like, damn, dude.
It's all good. I just switched it over to the actual show because I forgot to do that before.
The what?
To the actual show. You'll see it come up.
What do you mean?
In a second. You can hear us. Awesome, Cien. Hope you guys are having a good night. Cheers. The bar is open with Beth and Greg.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, watermelon.
I have watermelon as well.
Nice. What's up, Skylar? Hope you're doing good.
I do have a question for you. Why are you drinking my White Claws?
Because I was feeling a little full earlier. And Coors Light sometimes do that to me. So I had just gotten done working out. Come on, man. I just got done working out. Nice to see you, dude. Greg, what's going on? We got a fun show tonight. Kind of going to be an interesting show. It's going to be hopefully not too long, but it's going to be it's the election show. This is our show right before we go on vacation for a few days. Take some time off over the weekend. The election's going to happen, and then we'll be back on the following Wednesday.
Oh, that's going to be a shit show because we'll be hungover.
Well, you'll be hungover.
Maybe. No, probably not.
I don't know.
Hopefully I'm smarter and wiser, but who knows?
Who knows? It's all good. Guys, thanks so much for joining in tonight. It is Wednesday. Hump day.
Wednesday.
Yep. So
I'm a little raspy because
why?
Just allergies, I think. But
allergies
I
here in
got that
Texas,
little bit
man.
of like
Yeah.
Eddie Davis.
Well, we had a big cold front come into Texas.
Holy crap!
And what's
It
going on,
was
Logan?
cold.
Yeah.
Really cold for us. Like
Cold as shit.
Winter cold.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Like last night or this morning, one of the times I woke up or went to bed, it was 39 degrees. Was that this morning?
I don't know. When did you wake up?
Early.
Before me.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
You always wake up before
I think it was 39 degrees this morning. I was like, where are we living right now?
Yeah, South Texas, San Antonio area. We got hit with like a
Hey,
cold
Logan.
front that just knocked the shit out of us. Dude,
Good. It was.
I need to get some powder for this head.
You need to moisturize it.
Moisturize it. It's not dry. It's shiny.
Like your hiney.
Stupid. Married life. Guys, again, thanks for joining in. Bars open with Beth and Greg. I am Greg, and that is Beth. Thanks for joining in. We've got some fun shit to talk about tonight, but
Are
we
you gonna
also
tell them where they can find us?
out at the Bars Open on Instagram. Thank God I've got my wife.
I know.
Sometimes
Most of the time.
my cohort in crime.
And then on
Bars
YouTube.
Open out on Instagram and on YouTube. Exactly. So if you have friends that push them to this, if they aren't on Facebook or whatever, eventually we'll switch over to trying to do some Facebook specific videos.
I might not say his name right. but
Cien. He goes by Cien.
Cien?
Yep.
Worked
Worked at the
said
company we
30
work at.
degrees in D.C.
Dude,
this
yeah,
weekend.
it's freezing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I don't live on the East Coast.
Exactly.
Or
Chichandran
in the
is how you
mountains.
say his name.
Huh?
Chichandran is how you say his name.
And I was pretty close. I was like, Chitranjan.
Yep, you would have had it. Yeah.
I-
He's awesome. He's a good guy, good friend. So thanks for tuning in.
He's the foodie, right?
Yeah. No, it's another dude.
Okay.
But Chichandran, dude can grill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe he could teach
He's
you a
got
thing
all
or
sorts
two.
of things on the grills. So, Mike, what's going on? So let's jump into this. So, like I said, go out and visit us on the Bars Open on Instagram and YouTube. Textical. But, Dan, can you go out and
I don't know. Let's see. Hold on.
we're going to try something. So, Beth got her new iPhone. We're going to
Okay.
talk about that in a few
Ready.
minutes. And let's see if it's up. Awesome. So, Dan Kalen Adams sent in a post. Or sent in something to me to check out. It's kind of funny. Up in Bangor, Maine.
Banger.
Bangor, Maine.
Yes, I'm
It's
12.
appropriate, right, for this story. So,
Oh, it is, too.
yeah. So evidently the kids, I think this is what's probably happening. So they're getting Zoom bombed on a
Which has been
daily-
happening for a little while.
Right, but specifically this high school is getting Zoom bombed
okay.
on a daily basis. You're going to have to go in and change your settings.
I am.
But they're getting Zoom bombed with porn on a regular basis,
Interesting.
like every single day. So I think what's happening, and I don't know that they've put two and two together because it's Bangor, Maine. If you guys know where that is, go
Bangor,
Google
Maine.
it.
There's a lot of
It's
Stephen King
about
stuff there.
4 hours away from Portland, which is like the most populous city in Maine.
Okay.
I just don't think they
Been to
get
Maine
it
once,
yet.
right?
Yeah,
Isn't
you've
that
been to
we
Maine a whole
bought
bunch of times.
purse
Or a
there
few
one
times,
time?
yeah, exactly. Kittery Trading Post, remember? But it's funny because you think about it and you're like, how are they doing this? They're giving out their Zoom info IDs.
Yeah.
They're
sending the link to somebody or something.
And so they're doing the attendance on it, and they're saying all the kids are in attendance. And one of the kids was like, yeah, mine got stolen. It's okay. Go ahead and turn it off.
Okay.
One of mine got stolen, and stolen bullshit. He gave it away is what he actually did. Probably. Allegedly. Right? So, I mean, if I was in high school, that's probably some shit we would have pulled. Right? So put your phone down.
I have to fix it so it doesn't go off every 3 seconds.
Not right now, you don't.
No, because I don't know what I'm doing. So
Exactly.
Okay.
She got the new iPhone. So she's still trying to figure it out. But it's just funny as shit. It's like, it's stuff that we would have done as kids.
Not we, you.
Well,
I wouldn't have done that as a kid.
Me and my friends would have done it.
Yes, definitely. Right? You Absolutely. And the crew.
I know what's going on, Lauren. What's happening?
You and the crew definitely would have been up to shenanigans like that.
Ted's on. What's going on? Hope you guys are having a good night. Yeah, we're just getting kicked off.
Hello, Miss Brenna.
It is cold in Texas.
It's
cold up in this room up here.
I'm better now. Once I sit down and the lights get on, I'm like, whew, I'm not hot though. The other day it was hot, so I guess I should take cold over hot. How about just normal?
What do you mean? What's normal?
I don't know.
Not going from 89 to 40?
Yeah, I don't know. No, me. Maybe if I could just have normal
You're going to end up, so when we lived in Colorado, it was below zero.
So cold. Negative 12.
Was like, we're moving back to Arizona like tomorrow. And we moved back 4 months later. It took us a few months, but yeah, we moved back. And ultimately, don't do that here. We just
I grew up here.
I know,
and this is rare. I mean, we maybe have 2 bouts of cold weather like this in the winter,
though, right?
but this is really early. So this makes me wonder, does this mean we're going to have a really cold winter?
Probably not. I don't know. I have no idea.
Remember that's what we said about the rain when it rained nonstop. We were like, it never rains in San Antonio. I wonder if this is going to be a rainy season. Nope. All of 2019 was rain.
Yep. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it
remember you were like.
It was 18 and into 19, wasn't it?
It started in September of 18 because I remember it was
and
Labor Day weekend
and
it just rained on and on. It was like record numbers of inches.
So you got a new iPhone. She has no idea.
Damn
how to
if
use
I don't know how to use it.
Just got it today.
This is like the first time I've got like face recognition. I didn't know how to close out apps. So, I did. I've had my phone.
It's pretty interesting to see
4 years.
Like somebody.
But here's the crazy thing too. So my phone is
generation.
small again. There's a 12 Pro and a 12 Pro Max, and I got the 12 Pro, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, you look at it like compared to my phone, it's it's a little bit smaller.
We looked at it and it was just a couple
quarter inch smaller or something like that.
But it feels weird, it feels like a phone now instead of using my iPad, Yeah. But it's really pretty. It's blue, and I got a nice clear case.
It is a dope looking phone, man.
It's really
I'm
cool.
excited to check out the camera on it.
Yeah, the camera looks amazing. And I looked up the difference between the Max Pro and the 12 Max and 12 Max Pro. And it was only like the shutter speed or something was
There's
like
a
2
couple of things,
versus 2.2, and the zoom went from 10 to 12, and I was like, I don't even fucking know what that means. So I don't think I'm gonna miss it.
It's literally the f-stop on
but
it.
Here's
a couple
the thing:
things.
that 12 Pro Max, $1,300, $1,400.
Right.
What?
Yeah, it was significantly.
I mean, unless you're due for upgrade, you're going to be paying out the ass for it. Yeah. And I do know people that every time there's a new phone, they get it, and so they don't ever get that upgrade cost. But I got big pimpin' friends apparently.
Steven, what's happening? Steven said, "I guess I should get update my iPhone 8."
Hey, I had a 7S.
She had a 7 for
4 years, almost 4 years,
yeah.
I think.
And she blamed it on me.
I did.
Simply because I broke.
Because you go through phones like underwear.
Out of like the last. Brenda said it was 45 in Phoenix last night.
Wow, that's really cool for Phoenix.
That's cold
too.
for Phoenix. Yeah. It's all of a sudden.
I like winter, and this is what I equated to my winters that were my favorite thing in Phoenix, and it applies sometimes here. But like, if a scarf can be my winter coat, I'm in the perfect place.
Right.
A scarf and some tall boots. It's winter, and I'm happy.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Drinking my mocha instead of my mocha frap.
Well, what it does is it allows you to break out the other half of your wardrobe that you normally won't wear or don't wear.
I'm looking at it today, and I was like, outside of like dressier shirts, all my long sleeve cotton shirts are ghetto.
You need to get some new.
I need to get some new
You
ones.
need to go to Old Navy, do some shopping.
Or somewhere.
TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx,
New
Marshalls.
clothes. Marshalls.
Get some cotton tops. Because I was starting to think about like the wedding this weekend. I'm like, what am I going to take? It's cold there.
Yeah, it's gonna be chilly, but it's warmer there than it is here. We're going up to Virginia this week.
Is it really?
It's warmer there than it
Is
is
it
here
supposed
right
to be
now.
there like this weekend?
It's
Though,
gonna be
or-
rain. It's raining Friday, and then it's supposed to. There's that storm Zeta or whatever that's coming
Yeah.
up, and then it'll be. I have no idea. It's been years since I've been back east, like even in the Mid East.
I'm
Not like
super
we're going to
excited.
New Hampshire. So, hey, big topic of the day.
How long is the flight?
I have no idea.
I'm just excited about reading
Few
nonstop.
hours. Oh, Beth needs to give an update of her book covers. Maybe we'll do that on the plane.
Oh, my pictures?
like we did last time, because it's kind of funny. It's got to have.
It's changed a little. There's
Uh-oh.
some. So I'm
They're
kind of getting
clothed
weird
men
about
versus not clothed men.
some of them, yeah. But I'm kind of getting like if it's a series of 5 books, I'm breaking them up and like I get all 5 books and I'll be like, yeah, I'll come back to you in a month after I
Yeah.
read 2 just to.
We'll share an
Mix it
update
up
of
a
her
little.
photos there.
We
so
can
you
do
guys
the one.
see.
I can show the one that was on the last flight and then do this one for
Yeah,
this flight.
side by
Be
side
like,
there. So tonight I wanted to get into some other things, and it's really I'm calling it the election spin.
Oh wait!
Oh,
I forgot
shit.
to talk about my hair dryer. It's not
Oh,
really
where's
mine.
that?
Right
Oh,
under.
Beth got a
a new
hair dryer.
phone, so it's
So
not.
really
it's not
a-
mine. It's Paige's.
Did you guys go to the bar and talk about your hair? I should take this back. Depends on your
might want
audience.
to. You might want to take
Depends
a step
on
back,
who
big boy.
you're with.
You might want to take a step back.
I'm not talking hair dryers.
Well, because you're jealous.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I tried a new interesting hair dryer. It's a brush that has a hair dryer built into it. So it's like you're brushing your hair and drying it.
It
at the
literally
same
looked
time.
like a big
yeah.
Brush, but the handle's like that big.
It is. It's got like the big, it's like about this wide, and it was different. I ended up going back to my regular blow dryer until I was about 75% dry because it would have taken way
Your hair
too
looks
fucking
very
long.
nice.
It's super straight, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the thing. Is it
It
just
looks
like
very good.
straighten my whole hair? Bitch is buying one.
Whatever. You do you. I'm
Yeah.
good with it. Hair looks great. That's all I can say.
Smart man.
That's all I'm allowed
Smart
to say.
man.
I got
Happy wife,
I've got
happy
the,
life.
The bald head. I got the super expensive clippers
Yeah.
because I was tired of buying the $40 clippers and then
Every 6 months.
Yep. So, guys, cheers. D, what's going on? Cien said it's a 3.5 hour flight, so we're flying into Baltimore and then driving to western side of Virginia.
West side of Virginia.
Yeah,
But not West Virginia.
not West Virginia.
Yeah.
The western side of the state of
Right.
Virginia. Yeah. So.
I've never been. I don't care where we drive to. I'm excited.
Skylar said Beth and her dirty books. Shit. I still owe you a some Lipton iced tea. By the way, I do owe you. I haven't forgotten, dude. It's on the back. It's on the top of my mind.
I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say back burner. I was like, why is it on the back burner? It'll
It's on the
melt.
top of my mind. So it's all good.
So
Hey,
let's,
it's all good. So tonight I wanted to get into a couple of things. So this weekend, everything the past couple of weeks.
I'm so over political ads. and
Political bullshit
mailers.
just needs
I checked
to
the mail on
stop.
Monday.
So really,
Out of like 15 pieces, about 9 of them were
Right.
flyers.
so I'm calling this basically the election spin show, right? And it doesn't matter what side you're on. I don't give a shit what side you're on. What I want to go through is a few things that not a few things, a bunch of shit that we need to talk about.
So what we're saying, Greg, is on a rant.
It's not necessarily a
Topic
rant. It's
rant.
just topics about we're in
All
an
right.
election cycle.
I'm engaged.
Thank you for that. Be
I'm
here
engaged. Let's
Okay.
let's roll through this shit.
now. And it's just, you know what? First off, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media sites can fuck off. We know we need to vote.
Yes,
'Cause
yes.
The news tells us we need to go
If
vote.
I have one more thing that says, see how you can vote.
Right. Or this has been
And it's past being able to see how you
Checked.
can vote now because you can no longer register to vote.
right. So
But maybe they're talking about how you can vote if you're already a registered voter. Like you can go to this place in your area. or you
Dee
can
made
go
a
to
good
this
point
place
just
in your
here a
area.
second ago that said she's still getting stuff from Arizona. So am I.
Oh.
We lived
Are
in
you really?
Arizona almost 2.5 years ago, and I'm getting texts on the regular
Oh.
about go vote for this person and vote for that person, vote for this person.
I got
vote
a
for
text
that.
too,
I'm
but
like,
it was from
what in the shit?
Audie, Phoenix Audie, and not about.
They told you to vote?
No, they told me to come get a new car.
That'll probably happen when we get back. But nonetheless, it's there's so many like people and whatever. It's so automated. Bullshit's so automated now.
Well, it's not. It's those
Bots.
No, but it's like based off of your
algorithm.
Yes, thank you.
Life.
Algorithm. Yeah, so it takes it off that.
But it's just like we need to step back and just really what I want to try and get to is we just need to take a step back and think about some other shit, right?
I'm just ready for it to be over.
So there's issues that are kind of affecting us all throughout this whole thing, right? And it doesn't matter what side you're on because whichever side you're on, and it doesn't matter, again, not from our perspective, is those are the people in your bubble, right? And that's really the thing. It's like we know who we're friends with on Facebook, and we know their bubble.
But I have friends that are outside of my bubble.
No, I know, but
and I have crazy family members that are way outside of my bubble.
Why are they crazy? They just have a different perspective than you, and that's okay. That's what I'm getting at.
They're crazy because they believe everything.
And maybe that's the challenge that I want to put out to everybody is step back and think for yourself. So as we go through this stuff, just start trying to think about some of the stuff on your
seatbelts, kids. We're going for a ride.
Fucking seatbelts, kids. And cheers again.
Cheers.
Because the bar is open with Beth and Greg. And we're better to talk politics, non-politics. This isn't politics.
So let's first start by saying that for a long time, you and I did not talk politics at all.
No, absolutely not.
Because we were on different sides of the fence.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've kind of slowly coalesced kind of somewhere
in the
middle of both of our belief systems.
Right.
Right? And that's just kind of how it's happened. And it's not saying that it's left or right. It's just our belief systems have kind of come together.
Us. Right.
Yeah. And that's really what it comes down to. So regardless of what position you have on a topic or whatever, it's okay. Because and it's not even that we believe the same things all the time.
No, we still.
It's just we can accept the fact that
we have
different.
That's part important about accepting others is like you have somebody who thinks differently than you. That's good. That is somebody who
challenges you.
Not even doesn't challenge.
Like in a positive way, though, right?
Widens my horizons and says, you know, have you thought about it this way? Nope, that's a great way to put it. I mean, I still don't necessarily agree with you, but I love this perspective because I hadn't thought about it.
Right. So there's always a kind of a point of view of you're right. You think you're right.
I'm always right.
Until you're proven, like, factually.
I've never been proven wrong ever in my life.
This is true. But other people, such as myself, until we're proven incorrect.
You answer quite well tonight, babe.
We're going on vacation, guys. Happy wife, happy life.
There you go.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like just think outside the box, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with challenging even your personal beliefs. So,
and there's nothing wrong with your beliefs either. Don't let somebody tell you there is. You know, regardless of what side of the fence you fall on, nobody can tell you the way that you think is right or wrong.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, one of the things that I think is issues with the election and that are affecting us all is just whomever you vote for, we are not going to hate you. We're not going to silence you. We're not going to judge you. It is your right to vote for whoever you want.
For whatever reason.
That's what's amazing. The right reasons. You don't have to feel bad about not outwardly speaking whomever your vote was.
Very animated right now.
Right? But you don't need to tell anybody. That's your right. You get to go in. You get to get.
But here's the thing. I think where I get annoyed is so you've heard me say this 100 times. I go to the movies to get outside of the world, right? Of the real life world.
Right.
I hate when people that are in movies being themselves come out and give me their 2 cents because that's not why I follow you. I follow you, and this is me. You may follow somebody because you completely agree with their lifestyle and their thought process, but for most people that are famous, I don't want to know how you think. I just want to know how you can make me laugh or make me get out of my realm for a little while. Like, you know, there's somebody I'm a huge fan of, and he came out and gave his 2 cents. Now I'm like, dude, now I'm just kind of annoyed with you because now I wish you hadn't given me your 2 cents because I might not buy your shoes now.
It's all about shoes.
But I did buy his shoes.
Are they Nikes?
No, they're Under Armours.
Oh. It's all good. I mean, but no, and that's your right. So you have that right. Absolutely. But they have that. They are allowed to have that
know.
position, and I understand what you're saying. And I think a lot of people get frustrated on both sides with people that try and leverage their position.
Yes. And that's the part I think that annoys me. I think that's where
to try and
that feeling
influence
is you think you come from a place of power and everybody wants to know your opinion.
I don't give a shit about other people's.
Right.
It's what I can do, and
but
I'm going to get to this in a
unfortunately,
second.
there's a lot of people that
will take that advice.
yes,
regardless of
you
doing
talk
their own
about that
research.
in a little bit,
Right.
and I feel like that's where it's annoying for me that people don't.
It can be absolutely so.
Such a serious topic,
and that's fine. That's fine because again, I'll put this back to it. This is the bar is open, right? And I'm going to get to this in a few minutes here. Normally, we the goal of this is to bring laughter and fun and shit and energy, levity. But there are times that you go to the bar and you have a hard conversation.
We've had
you go to the bar
of political
and
conversations
you have.
with. Do you remember the little bar across the street? Damn, the sisters owned it.
Shit.
3
Times 3.
Times 3.
Yeah.
And that one dude that like ripped us apart when he found out we weren't fans of a particular person, and I was like, I will beat you up, dude.
But where were we? We were like, you have your beliefs.
You do you. I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong. Please back away from me.
Right.
And to the point where he was so angry he had to move from the bar and go down like 3 seats.
And that was
remember?
fine.
I was
we
like,
can move.
Dude, make love, not war.
But nonetheless.
Have a beverage. Let's do a shot.
Again,
Chill
whoever you
out.
vote for, I don't give a shit. Just vote if that's what you want to do.
Amen.
But don't. Your position isn't always the correct, just like mine isn't.
Well, everybody
But we have
thinks
to have a
their opinion
conversation.
is right.
Right. Well, yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have an opinion.
2020's been a fucking shit show.
See, and I
Off
refuse to
the
buy
bat.
into that.
It has been, and we've got some positives on the other side.
I know, but
On the other
I
side of it.
refuse to blame take a whole year to say it was just a shit show.
I'm just saying, I'm pointing out
I'm
some of
very
the
Pollyanna
shit
sometimes.
show moments of the year, right? So we've had pandemic.
That sucked.
Right.
I will give you that.
Sucked. So deaths have happened in our friends and families, and not
Right?
just from
But that
COVID.
happens every year.
That happens. It's life, right? The internet, it's a fucking shitstorm of hate.
Do you think it'll get better after November 2nd?
I don't know. Honestly.
Or do you
What
think
do you
it'll
guys
just
think? I
continue
don't
to
know.
be a hate fest for whoever the president is determined?
I don't know. Because
I hope it goes
if
away.
it stays as divided as it is, if you're on one side or the other, and we choose not to have conversations and we
Work together.
only stay on our own fucking little sides,
Yeah.
then
But
yeah,
here's the
absolutely.
thing. The problem is that it's not society that's having. I mean, yes, we're obviously divided as a nation, but the part that's got to get fixed is the divide that's actually in the government.
So this is the. Let me go kind of down a list, and I'll
sorry.
wrap it up. No, you're absolutely you're right.
I jumped ahead.
So
I
the
didn't even
internet's a
look at the
shitstorm. We're working from home,
right?
which is a challenge. So what's that do? It automatically separates us, right? You're teaching your kids. You've got stress. You're trying to teach your kids at home, which I can't imagine.
Me neither.
Right? You're doing those things. There's isolation that's happening on a regular basis, right? We're staying cooped up. And what are we doing? We're going to the internet. We're going to the internet for all of our shit. We're going to fucking Twitter.
I'm going to the internet to get porn books.
Go out and
That's what I'm using the internet for.
you're. No, I'm going to bring this up in a second because it's
And I
one
should
of
call
those,
them romance
and
novels,
it's
not porn books.
Hey, you know what? Whatever. It's not a
I
bad
just
thing.
like to call them that because you make fun of me.
There's too much isolation happening. You have people getting depressed, getting down. They're out of their regular rhythms. Their
Right.
circadian rhythms from
They're
sleeping.
not seeing
are
people they
fucked
normally
up.
would see.
There's all of these things happening, right? And you have all of this stuff going on. Your favorite bar or restaurant's closed. You just can't get out. Food sucks right now.
Well,
even when you do can
go
go
in the
pick it up,
restaurant
'cause it's
or can
messed
pick it up.
because even they're out of their
Right.
rhythms.
They don't have enough people.
Right? But if you can separate yourself out of that and start looking at some of the other things that are happening, and start taking some of the negativity out of it, out of your
Right.
regular cycle of life.
I think
If
though,
you could cut,
I think this is where the cycle gets hard to break is for a lot of people once they get on a negative cycle unless
like
they
a
can get
bag of
well,
bullshit.
but unless they can get out of that cycle somehow, and you can't right now for the most part. I mean, slowly but surely, the world is starting to open, or the America is starting to open back up, and
it absolutely
you're going to
is.
be able to start doing more stuff. But I think because it's so minimal right now that you can do, it's easy to stay in that
kind of
this is suckage at the highest level,
Right.
Because you're also not interacting with people like so. You tell me all the time, you're very positive. You're a positive person. But what if you can't interact with that person that's your positive person in your life
on a regular basis.
on a regular
or even-
basis? So you don't have somebody taking you to that
Boosting you.
level
Right.
that maybe helps you try to be more positive.
Right, and there are positives that are coming out of this. I'm not I don't want to put that, but I think what's happening is people are focusing on this bullshit, and it's coming to a culmination.
Right.
Right, it's
Well,
coming
it
to a
has been.
head.
It
Right?
has
It's
been.
kind of teetering up, and now we've got this election happening. And if you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. And it's really like, well, holy shit, this is the most important election of your fucking life. Is it?
So this is always what I ask. I'm like, so yes, obviously we've seen some changes from president to president, but really from a big picture impact, how does it impact our day-to-day life?
You go to work.
It might affect my
Work.
401k. It might affect a couple things, but really,
Either
whoever,
way can affect both. Right?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that people take it so seriously and they get so mean about it sometimes. And you're like, really, how is this going to change your life if your person wins or loses? It
With
shouldn't.
our government right now, it's so kind of stagnant, and they're always trying to block each other.
They're just trying to be dicks to each other.
They really are. They're just trying to be
They're
dicks
just trying to,
to each
yeah,
other.
they're just trying to be like,
Like,
I'm
no,
heavier
I'm not
than
going
you
to let
are.
this person. I'm not going to let this person. And
Right.
it's just bullshit. So really, we just need to vote everybody the fuck out and start over.
Well, we've talked
mean, it
about
sounds
that.
ridiculous, but I
you
mean,
should
what
be
else
able
do you
to
do?
be a senator for,
85 years,
yeah,
right? Maybe not 85, but something
55?
like that.
I mean,
But I mean, it's something to think
I
about.
hear
So
the dogs downstairs making
really,
a weird noise, and I'm wondering what they're
they're
doing.
just chewing on a rug or something. It's all right. But so things you can do about it and things to think about and reposition where you're at now. And one of the things is just like, hey, dude, I've got family that on Facebook are literally yelling at each other.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
But okay, let me back up one
The
second.
Castro clan's a little
But one of the things I was going to say is Beth has separated herself from the internet or from social media
yeah, for the most part.
pretty well, aside from I'm like, hey, go post this, go do this, go do this. And
Right
go do this.
now, I might start back up mid-November, but
Right. It's just been, but I think it's been a healthy and cathartic
and I
thing.
feel bad because I have so many friends giving great stuff on Facebook, but you can't miss that other stuff.
You can't get rid of it.
You know?
I've tried to shut it down. I've tried
Yeah.
to move it off. I've tried
So
to
I
do
just
everything.
basically,
said, fuck it.
yeah,
I'm
I
going
don't
to read
touch
books
it.
instead.
I'm going to read books.
Check Instagram once in a while.
I'm going to try to start using my Pampered Chef shit now that I finally put it up and put down the book for a little while.
You're going to cook?
I'm going to bake, bitch. I'm not going to cook.
Damn it.
Don't start thinking you're going to have dinner ready.
So really, it's kind of like one of the first things I put out there when I was thinking about notes for tonight is stop yelling at your friends and family who disagree with you. It sounds
makes me
fucking
laugh.
stupid to say.
It does. It makes me laugh because I do know, like I know specific
You are
people
allowed
that
to
you're
disagree
talking
with
about.
each other.
I know exactly who you're talking about in my family, and it makes
Mine
me
too,
chuckle.
but it's
and
on
I'm
my
like,
side too.
You put that much effort into everything else you did.
Jesus.
You'd
actually accomplish
You'd
something.
be very successful.
Yeah.
And
Right?
I mean, and every once in a while, like when I do check it and I feel like somebody said something stupid, I'll go out there and be like, you really should rethink that. So I'm adding fuel to the fire, but
So there's this thing that I think we grew up with with social media when it kind of it started, right? Because some folks are young and they were born into it, right? Social media was just here,
right.
And they don't understand the long-term impact.
You
of
and I
some
had
of
a
this.
conversation about this like last weekend.
Right. You don't understand the long-term impact that your social media footprint puts out there. There are things that, like, this is about as risky of a topic that Beth and I will put out on the internet.
So here's the thing. So let me kind of preface to where this came from. So we were talking, and you were saying something about some kid put something on Facebook. Or no, you were talking about a prank that you guys pulled when you were kids, and you were like, I am so glad that there wasn't social media when we were children because it would still haunt me to this day. And I said, that is the problem, is that people, especially youngsters, don't understand that social media now is used for job hiring, and people are actually going and looking at your profile and being like, he's not a good fit or he's good fit for this company. She's not a good fit or she isn't a good fit for this company.
That's part of business now, man. And if you're not willing to face that, I'm sorry.
No, and so that goes like what you were saying. People go on there and put crazy shit and not worry about the consequences.
Right. And you think about that. So just cut the hate bullshit out.
Well, I mean, there could be a lot more cut than the hate.
You know what?
But
this is a maybe this is a good.
Oh, you got the finger
maybe this is a good kind of fucking
Holy
litmus
crap.
test. Is if you wouldn't say that shit to my face,
don't say it.
Don't say it. It's the old thing. It's the old adage. Would you say that in front of your grandma?
You're gonna say it to my face.
Or would you
kiss your mother with that mouth?
Or with one of those things, right?
Yeah.
And chances are, if half the shit was said, your mom would slap the shit out of you. My grandmother would kick me in the dick.
And the ding ding?
The ding ding. My grandmother got pissed at me one time because I dyed my hair red.
I thought it was purple.
It was like in between.
Maroon?
Yeah.
Good color.
So my mom had to bleach my hair. Didn't work. That's why it all fucking fell out 20 years later.
Don't blame it on that.
And then my grandmother actually got really pissed and kicked me out. My mom yelled at her.
You were a kid.
Rested.
But luckily, you didn't put it on social media, so nobody.
There was no such thing.
Nobody can look at that.
But it would have been great. That would have been
career.
something that me having hair, and then
I've
me
seen
having
pictures. Like you have your glamour shot. Yes, it was a glamour shot.
I have a glamour. I need to find that.
But your
picture.
brother has did your high school do glamour shots for your senior year?
No. My ex-girlfriend a long time ago.
Because your brother had a glamour. I think Joe had a glamour shot too, didn't he? But you do. You have a fucking glamour. Your mom used to have a glamour shot of you your senior year in high school.
My ex-girlfriend's parents got she and I glamour shots. I actually got makeup by a dude that was doing makeup, and I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. See, these are the things we should be sharing on the internet. Not
He's
bullshit.
got a full fucking head of hair, which is amazing, and it wasn't gray.
No.
It was dark.
It goes 19.
Well,
it was 25 years ago.
You had 3/4 a head of hair when we started dating, and I was like, negative. You need to let's just shave that bad boy.
Next, social media is becoming basically a bully pulpit, like a bully stage for people just to don't agree with each other, to fuck with one another.
Right.
And that is bullshit in my mind.
It's funny because
it's been like that for a while.
They weren't supposed to allow that to happen.
See, it's okay if you're in a group and it's maintained and it's tracked and all these things. But ultimately what happens is, you think about it and it's like, okay, if my position or my opinion just rubs you the wrong way, well, I can not like you. Or, better yet, I'll just dox you. Remember what I told you about doxing is?
Vaguely.
Where I just go out to your social media and I just make up a whole bunch of shit about you.
Oh, that's right.
And then just post that to the internet, and then it becomes fucking true, right? And then you lose your job, you lose all your social media, and your
family,
all that, and all of those things happen, and it happens on a regular basis, right? So, because somebody disagrees with you, that's okay, right? And that's bullshit. Like people, and there's no repercussions for that.
Well, there is, but
no, there's not.
Only if they can find them.
Right.
Because that's slander.
So what's the best case scenario? You get reinstated on your stuff and you've already lost your job. You've already lost your fucking income.
You could already sue, and if they're rich, take their money.
I mean, you could do that, but what if it's just some shithead kid that just decides they don't like you or whatever. They don't like your position. And that fucker's 15 years old. Can't go kick the shit out of him because he's 15 years old. But if he was 25 years old, go kick.
You couldn't
you can't
kick
do
the shit
that.
out of him then either. All right, so yeah, I mean,
but you know what I mean. It's like
I think we just have to be kind and nice to one another.
There needs to be some sort of self-regulation in it. I think.
Well,
that's just
and
me
I'm not gonna say who it was that was on whose Twitter account it was.
Exactly.
That you brought.
Say something nice. Don't say anything at all.
Thank you. And I also love Skylar's like, what's everyone doing 6 days when COVID is over? You were telling me about a famous person that lives in New York City that said because of potential tax.
Oh, 50 Cent.
I wasn't going to say his name.
Fucking 50 Cent, man. Bitch is like, hey, 62% tax, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Right?
And people gave him, like,
Yeah.
accused him of not loving black people and being a disgrace. And I was like,
Go
what?
Google it.
Because
Chelsea Handler's all over that stuff.
Because the man doesn't want to pay 62% of taxes for the work that he does.
Right. The guy got shot 19 times or some shit.
That's not because of the hard work he does.
But
that's the gangster.
He's lived
in
a
him.
hard life. I'm not saying.
That's the gangsta.
Right? But hard life, whatever.
Biddy. I can't even say his name right.
But if I was there and I would say I was on Wall Street or something like that and I built a company
right.
from ground
There's
up.
no way I'd give you 62% of anything that I make. Working for myself or working for somebody else, I would be like,
I'd move my ass to
finger.
Texas where I don't have state taxes.
Big middle finger.
Yeah. I mean, that's just...
You can't expect people to pay more than half of their salary.
That's called business. That's called being a smart business.
And then what I say? And then I just start breaking the law because I'd be going offshore with my shit. And I'd be like, now I'm a criminal because you're taking all my money.
We're already being audited, asshole. I'm just kidding. We're not being audited. I don't think.
And she's shrugging again.
Cheers.
Like last Wednesday. Let's not talk about the taxes.
Okay. Taxes are done. No, they're
not. Oh,
you're all red.
So moral.
But no, I mean, but it makes sense. There's certain things that it's like, and then he gets called out for whatever.
Well, people were just rude to him for just having an opinion versus thinking about this man that makes probably, I'm going to make up a number, and it's probably not even right.
Say he makes $100 million
Let's say he
a year.
makes $18 million a year.
Oh,
they
okay.
want him to give close to $11 million of that money away.
Back to taxes. And when you do that...
How do you even justify that?
Well, it depends on what side you're on. So let's not get into that. That's another show.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
We'll bring on
but
a goddamn accountant.
I don't think that there's a way to justify that.
Right? I mean, if you are just a normal
so
person...
yes, all right, so fine. We won't get into that. But he had his opinion, and people began
Just
to call his
fucking
race
ragged on
and
him.
creed and religion into question because this man was like, I work flipping hard for
Busted
this
his
money.
ass. Yeah, absolutely.
And people were like, shame on
What's
you.
up, Glitz
really?
and Shitson?
What?
Glitz and Shitson.
Apparently hasn't come up on my feed yet because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
It's all good.
Thumper, what did your dad say? I don't get Bambi. Thumper, what did your dad say? I don't know. What did he say?
If you can't say something nice, don't say
Oh!
anything. No.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
It's all good. But nonetheless, it's just, again, it's the social media trolls. And
But I do like
even
your
the
next
most
one.
famous fucking people are becoming trolls.
Yeah.
And it's the worst fucking thing.
And it comes back to a
people are
little
just-
bit of what I said. Like, I don't want your personal opinion, and it does
I missed
frustrate
one
me.
on the first page.
But I don't.
I think this is perfect.
I don't do anything to it if I don't agree with your opinion, and there are people out there that can't respect
It is
another
the next
person.
one. So it
Can't
is the
respect
next one.
another
So
person.
it comes down to this.
Well, that's why I was saying
Reposting other people's bullshit long diatribes about their position and trying to reposition that shit as your perspective is bullshit. It's not your perspective. You may want that to be your perspective, but their world view is not your worldview necessarily.
Right. I was going to say,
Right?
not always, but that is the part that's scary about people who are very influential.
Influenced.
Or influenced, thank you. Influenced don't think for themselves. Therefore, whoever they put on a pedestal, that's who they follow and that's who they believe. And it may or may not be the right information, but they don't do the homework to figure it out on their own.
I think we can all fall victim to that a little bit. Like, we have our idols, if you will, right? Like, Beth likes Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
She didn't pay attention at all.
I look like a newscaster. Thank you.
It's the red shirt. There is no political
Somebody
bias.
said I looked very nice.
Oh.
That was nice.
It's Glitzen. Shitson.
That's what you were saying. Okay, so it finally came up. I was like,
It's Dave.
what? Oh, okay.
But
you were saying...
I was saying we all have our idols that we kind of,
Right.
people that we idolize, right? And that's just normal life, right? Like, we follow Drinking Bros or whomever. We like those people.
Right.
We...
I don't know that I idolize them.
No,
I follow
I'm
them
just
for
saying.
their
But there are other
perspective.
that's why I said you like Gordon Ramsay and you didn't pay attention.
I did, and I'm not a huge...
But it's not at all. I was
I
just
don't like or
bullshitting.
dislike Gordon
Right.
Ramsay.
But there's certain people, like from cooking or from whatever this
Right.
thing is, like
Right.
your workout guru that
Right.
if you will. and we like the trainings and their kind of mentality on things, but that's not to say that they are the
be-all, end-all of what's right and wrong.
Somebody tells you to, if you're working out, to do it this way, and you constantly hurt your knee,
well,
maybe you need to re-fucking consider.
Here's a good example. If you follow 3 different people in the workout world, they tell you 3 different ways to do the same exact thing.
Right.
And it's not
Kill
because
yourself every day doing your workout.
Because,
maybe that's not the best fucking
It's
idea.
not because they're not right. It's all because they believe in a different system of getting things done. So it's, I think, where you have to be careful is latching on to one
ideology
or one person or
yeah.
one belief and saying this is the be-all, end-all. No, if you went out and you look, there's probably 15 different views on this,
right?
Which requires you to dig even deeper.
But people don't take the fucking time to do it. And that's one of the challenges. That's one of the things.
Well, if you're going to wholeheartedly say you support something, then you definitely should. If you don't give a rat's ass, then I could understand not going and digging deeper. Right. There are some things that you could say to me, I'd be like, I don't even care.
Give a shit.
I don't even care.
No, absolutely.
And there are other things that you say something to me, and I'll be like, I am so going to prove
certain
you
things
wrong.
that should impact you are like your money,
right?
Your lifestyle,
your family,
and
your health. Well,
right?
I'm sure there's more than that,
all
but
those,
that's what's coming up
But those
right
are like
now.
the big 4, right? Because money impacts your
my
lifestyle, impacts your
move
family.
My cheese. You fuck with that shit, I'm about to flip out.
I don't give a shit if they say money doesn't make you happy, but it makes it a whole lot fucking easier to try and be happy.
Well, if you have a bad day and you have money, you can definitely go drown your sorrows with something.
But nonetheless, if I can't make an income and my new business is shut down, or
that's impacting
my business that's been going on for 40 years is now.
Well, there's at work there's a thing that people say: you mess with people's schedules and you mess with people's pays, and you're going to have people revolting.
Yeah, and that's just that you don't even own that business.
No,
right? That's somebody else's business that you're the manager of.
No, well, not anymore, thank God.
But you were.
Yeah.
Right, and those things. Schedules.
No, absolutely.
Because you're fucking with their
people's rhythms,
daily rhythms.
Yeah, well, their life.
Their life.
But so yeah, so if you're gonna get behind somebody, completely understand what it is they're saying before you determine that they're right or wrong.
Really make up your the big kind of outcome of this is make up your own mind. Is really what
damn mind.
Your own goddamn mind.
I didn't say the Lord's name in vain. You could just said damn. Your own damn mind.
Make up your own damn mind. She's right. But nonetheless, make up your own mind, man. Go out and do some homework. If you haven't voted yet, go vote.
We haven't used those in a
while.
while.
Do a little bit of research. They actually
definitely vote. Definitely vote.
Do some research. Go if you don't know about your local officials.
I will tell you that when I was talking with my dad about, because you took him Paige took him actually end of last week to vote.
He's 85.
He's 85. Wasn't allowed to drive for a while. He just got his keys back, and we're all like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. He had a small accident, fell off.
He's been having dizzy spells.
Shit off the.
Oh my god! Here it is, 2.5 weeks later, and I'm like, "You still
got a lump on his head."
I don't know what the adult version of CPS is, but if they saw him, they'd be like, "Yeah, we're taking you from your kids." But
like he lives on his own.
But we were talking about how he voted, and like some of the things he said to me, I was like, "Dad, did you vote for all this one party?" And he was like, "Actually, no. There were some instances where I voted for somebody else, but because I understood and I like their way of thinking, I was like, look at you, fucker.
That's awesome.
You're 85 years old, and you're still like...
He's still not straight
getting in there and
that's good.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You need to have... But you need to take some time to do research. Don't just do what your parents told you was the right way.
No, maybe that was what you did when you were young, but as an adult, you need to learn to flex your own muscles and figure your brain out for yourself.
Flex this muscle.
You don't have one.
Teach you all sorts of stuff. It's not funny. I like that comment. Delete that from the record.
Can't.
It's all
not
good.
Be deleted.
Take a minute.
So,
really take a minute. If you have questions, go out and look at the outside. Step away from your view. My view isn't always right. It's just how life goes.
My watch just told me it's time to stand.
Time to stand?
Yeah, what? I probably haven't met my 12 stands to the date. No, I'm like, well.
Also, side comment. Get the fuck away from social media for like a little bit.
We already said that.
No, this is my closing comment on this.
Oh, this is your wrap around? Or your wrap up?
Disconnect from it. Read other competing points of view. Then go for a walk and digest it. I wrote all this shit down.
So smart, babe.
Right? You're allowed to have other views. It's another talking point. Have another view. You're allowed to.
Don't be afraid to have another view.
Don't be afraid.
And if people don't agree with you, the people that are your real friends and really
stick
love
around.
you won't care that you have a disagreement.
Okay, so one of the things we go camping with some really good
you sounded
friends,
like
right?
Porky Pig there for
And
a second.
we've had, remember when we went out to Galveston, and we had 2 other couples staying with us, and they have different views.
Yes, very different
right?
views.
And we have one that's in the middle and 2 on the other sides.
No, we have
kind of
one far, we have one far, and we have in the middle.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? And it was a good conversation.
Right.
But it comes from a good place.
Because we know each other so well and so long.
Everybody loves each other.
And we could say it's Dana and Leanne, and we have been that way our entire friendship since we met our sophomore year in college.
So it can happen.
And we educate each other.
But it won't happen on social media.
And we don't let it impact our friendship and our love for one another.
So do it. Go out and have a goddamn conversation.
So I watched
watched the goddamn scary movie last night. When it was dark out.
I know. It was like the sun had set. Like you came home and I was watching the end of Insidious 1 and you're like, by yourself? I was like, by myself, bitch. And then I was like, and I've paused Insidious 2 so that we could watch it together. And you were like, who are you right now? I was like, oh no, I'm going to read while I watch this. So if it gets way too scary, I'm going to dive into my book.
I actually got to watch a scary movie when it was dark out.
So here's
that didn't get up and wander around the house.
Not once. I read when it got too scary. I was like, and I'm taking off my glasses so I can't see the TV, and I'm reading my book. So I did look. So it was Insidious 2.
Yep.
And the way it ended, we were like, shit, they need another one. Well, did you know there's 4 of them total?
I had no idea.
Insidious 1, 2, and 3, and Insidious Final Key. No, I don't know that we've seen 3 and 4.
Maybe we should try and do that. Maybe download them on the plane.
I'm reading them.
Oh, we watched. What was that other show? There's another show. It was about what the hell was it? It's like the behind the scenes shit.
Oh, God.
We'll have to post it.
Yeah, it talks about all
horror
the
stories and lore.
all the scary movies that have been cursed. It was called Cursed.
Yeah.
It's called Cursed. It's on Shudder and AMC. We don't pay for Shudder, so out of the 6, we only got 3.
But check it out.
It's really cool to see the perspective of the movie.
They did one on
from there.
Twilight.
They did one on Twilight
Zone, rather.
They did one on The Crow.
And Poltergeist. So they're pretty good, and I think they're free at least on YouTube TV.
No,
or whatever.
AMC.
Go check it out.
If you have AMC, it's on AMC. But it was a good movie, but it was really cool to see behind the insight. And so it's like we have really celebrated Scary this October, which is
we've done pretty good because we're not going to be around for Thanksgiving for Halloween.
I almost said Christmas.
We have people who come and stay, and we're going to be jet setting a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So
yeah, so don't get any ideas because again. We have somebody staying, and Ian across the street has a gun. I know. I was super, even today. Well, it was funny because I started watching the Insidious one, and I told you. I was like, there was one point where I did have to change a channel when the creepy kid came out, and I was like, nope, not doing it. But I went back after like 5 minutes, and so I watched the end of that one by myself, and then Insidious 2 with you, and we watched a scary movie after
it was
dark.
good.
I felt like a fucking adult.
I want to reiterate. I brought this up twice before in prior podcasts. Is Mr. Ballin.
Oh, yes.
Doing some scary ass
done it. I need
shows.
to
It's on YouTube. Look up MrBallen, Mr. Ballin, and former Navy SEAL guy.
Scary stories right now. Scared to Death is probably really good right now too.
Halloween one's going on right now, and he's doing like 20 minutes on one story at a time. I watched one this afternoon. It was creepy as fuck.
Freak you out.
And he just tells the story.
Do I have to listen to him during the day?
You can
daylight is what
you can do whatever you want, but it's just 20 minutes, and it's not like a video or anything. It's a video, but it's just telling the story. Yeah. So it's really good. Check him out.
Can you smell dinner? Does it not smell delicious?
So Beth, my feel good of the day is we get 6 continuous days off starting Friday.
You know what my feel good is?
What's yours?
We have 1 day left of work till we have 6 continuous days off of PTO.
When she told me that, I was like, you shithead.
I was like, that's awesome. Even bigger. That's a better feel good.
So today in history, 1886, President Grover Cleveland dedicated the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
So that's kind of a cool thing.
Really cool.
So really what it shows us is we've come a long way. We've got a long way to go. There's a lot of room for improvement. Let's just lead by example, really. Each one of us can lead by example. So
that was a good day in history, baby.
Yeah. Ian, come get a beer. Cheers, Evan Haley. We miss you. Thanks to military first responders, all of you folks. Without you guys, we can't do this on a regular basis. We will see you guys
in a week.
Maybe we'll do a little pop-in.
No, we're not. We're on PTO,
a little
bitch.
pop-in on the phone.
We're not.
Just to fuck around. We might.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
We're not doing one on Saturday. Bye.